Welcome. In this video, we're going to do an unboxing of the limited edition Kickstarter version for Marvel Dice Throne, published by Roxley Games. So I know typically I am just doing solo style games, but this is one of my favorite competitive dice games. So it is for 2 to 6 players. It takes about 30 minutes to play and for ages 8 and up. And you can see the heroes we're getting with this. We've got Black Widow, Doctor Strange, Black Panther, Captain Marvel, Miles Morales, Spider-Man, Scarlet Witch, Loki, and Thor. So in Dice Throne, it's a heart-pumping, fast-playing game with skillful card-play and dice manipulation that would have your game nights cheering. And very easy steps to play, very Yahtzee-like, but with a whole bunch of superhero abilities and references just to spice up the game. So let's go ahead and take a look inside. Well, actually, before we look inside this, I want to look at the promo card set. We'll get this over with first. So inside here, I've got 8 main phase cards, 8 randomizer cards, 8 mythic cards, and 1 how to use. So we'll go ahead and take a look at that. And these are foil, so hopefully it doesn't glare too much. We'll get to the how to use portion first. So looking at the promo contents, randomizer cards. So if you can't decide which hero to use, just shuffle them up to pick one. Promo cards, add this card to your hero's deck for a little extra fun, 1 card per hero. Then the mythic cards, want to give your heroes even more power, use your hero's mythic ability card to take them to the next level. So during setup, place your hero's mythic ability card in your play area with the active side face up. While this is face up, the active ability remains in effect. Additionally, while this card is active, you may choose to perform the flip ability at any time, then flip the card to the inactive side. Has no effect for the remainder of the game. So just getting a one-time ability. So here we just have our mythic cards. So we've got one for Black Panther. If you are being attacked with at least 8 damage, gain an additional kinetic energy. And the flip ability, gain max kinetic energy. Then you flip over, not so shiny. We're just going over the rules for playing with it. So we've got Black Widow also. So the first ability upgrade you play each turn costs 1 less combat point. Flip ability, inflict time bomb with the, the timer side up on the 2 chosen opponents. Then Captain Marvel, active ability, may spin a cosmic ray the turn it is gained. And flip ability, change all the dice rolled as part of your defense ability to that symbol. And then you've got your mythic or setup, Doctor Strange. Once per turn, when you prepare a spell, you may perform the prepare effect a second time. Flip ability, cast up to 2 different spells from either the Book of Ashanti or your discard pile. Then we've got Loki. Active ability, if you roll a 1 on a bag of tricks, gain a CP instead. Flip ability is gain 2 illusions. The backside of that. Scarlet Witch, probability manipulation, stack limit is now 3. Flip ability, double the effect of 1 crackle spent this turn and ignore the maximum damage limit. Spider-Man Miles Morales, you may discard invisibility to activate both of your defense abilities. Flip ability, gain a combo. And lastly, Thor. Whenever you activate an offensive ability that utilizes whatever that is, gain electrokinesis. Flip ability, deal 2 collateral damage to 4 chosen opponents. So I guess he's throwing his hammer there. Then we have the Bast's Blessing. Smokescreen for Black Widow. Ace Pilot for Captain Marvel. Host of Hoggoth for Doctor Strange. Dash of Mischief for Loki. Hexcellent for Scarlet Witch. Tingling for Spider-Man, Bifrost for Thor, and then our randomizer cards. So all of them are going to have that on the back. And shuffle and pick who you're going to play with. So I love the art style in this game. So now let's go ahead and look inside the box. Get this off. Got that fresh new game smell. So we'll get rid of that. So on the side here, we've got it all in plastic, Dice Throne, looking at our heroes. So assuming we've got those in order, yep. Thor, Loki, Scarlet Witch, Spider-Man, Captain Marvel, Black Panther, Doctor Strange, Black Widow, and our rules. Just flipping over to look at the rest of the art. So we'll start with the rules. And they are going to be 16 pages long with a quick reference on the back. Nice color on the front. And opening up, just going through our gameplay overview, tutorials, hate reading rules. Go watch, I think, Rodney Smith show you how to play. Going over our game setup, what everything's going to look like. So very nicely detailed. This isn't their first time doing something like this. Going over the turn phases, health and combat points, and your hero board. Your hero leaflet, kind of explaining your special abilities, status effects, hero cards, hero upgrades, how to resolve your text, damage types, 4-player games, 3 players, and other modes. Turn breakdown, going through the upkeep phase, well, all the phases. Final damage total, some conflicts, and the credits. And we have some tokens, so we've got some standees that we can use. Different abilities for different characters. Dual-sided. Check those out. Then the rest of our characters. And we'll just pull out each of these and then go through each in some type of order. So Black Widow, that's one of the nice things about what they've done. Got these nice trays. Keep everything about each of your heroes in one easy spot. So setup is going to be pretty nice and easy. Spider-Man, Scarlet Witch, Loki, and Thor. So we'll start out with Thor. Looking at his player board. So dual-sided with all our abilities on one side and just some nice art on the back. And when we're setting up, we can put this to the side. Pull out our leaflet. So basically it's going to go over the complexity, weapon of choice, a little bio, some credits, components for him, and then some rules clarification. So a quick FAQ on our sheet. And then going over our abilities, got a guard break, electrokinesis, and his hammer. And it shows you the different sides of the dice there. And then his abilities, he can potentially get hammered, the mighty summon, Odin force, some chain lightning. And as for Asgard, his ultimate ability, lightning rod, bottled lightning, thunderbolt, and defensive ability is a thunder wheel. And inside here, got his hammer. So this is a Kickstarter exclusive for the limited edition. Whosoever holds this hammer, if they be worthy, shall possess the power of Thor. I know a lot of people are getting a small little leather strip to put on the edge. Really adds to the flavor there. He's got his combat point dial. And then his health tracker, if I can get that out. Specialized dice. Like I said, it goes over the symbology on each of these. And then the cards, and each of these are going to have their own turn order. It's always good in a card game like this that everyone gets their own player order, just going over the different phases. And timing on the back. Then all of his cards. Stormbreak, going over if they have a cost, what type of card they are, and their abilities. So Power Trip, Time to Hammer, Indomitable Wheel, Invulnerability, He is Worthy. There's Thunder Wheel 2, so getting into her upgrades. Bottled Lightning 2 with a Ricochet. Thunderbolt 2, Asgardian Brawn. Lightning Rod 2, Odin Force 2, Chain Lightning 2, Mighty Summon. Then we get to our level 3 abilities with Hammered and Hammered 2. And then just some of our abilities. So samesies. So these are going to be very familiar with the original game. So I'm assuming a little bit of crossover. Bye-bye. With these abilities and the other heroes. So that's everything for Thor. Well, except for his standee and cardboard hammer and extra tokens. And then we've got Loki. So breaking out his board with his ability side and the backside art. So he's got some mockery, antics, confuddle, vilify, a glorious purpose, vexing, double take, kneel to me, and tipping the scale. And you can see his difficulty or complexity. They have it as a 4. Weapon of choice, deception, his bios, some rules clarifications, and his component list. Then his status effects of illusion, bag of tricks, and spellbound. So we've got his tokens punched out, along with the standee. So far I haven't seen anything to set the standees in. So we've got his combat point dial, health tracker, specialized dice. Once again, going over how they're configured. And cards and illusion cards. So it looks like we've got 3 illusions here with a partial success, success, and a fail. Of course, his turn order card and his main one. So take backsies, outwit, pantaloons on fire, liar, liar, how lovely, look into my eyes, tip the scale. So his upgrades for his abilities, vex, vilify, confuddle, and his antics, some mockery. Then the basic cards we've seen before. Some samesies, if you will. Getting paid, double up. Get that out of here, Vegas baby, and so forth. So that's everything for Loki. And next we have the Scarlet Witch. So taking a look at her board. Trying to not to get too much glare there. So on the back side. So her abilities, got a Hex Bolt, Darkhold, Jinx, Mind Blast, Sealed Your Fate, Spellcraft, Pure Chaos, Double Trouble, and Bewitch. Then going over her abilities, Probability Manipulation, Reality Warp, Conjure, and Crackle, and the dice symbols. And her tokens and standee. And realize I didn't show you the back side of the Scarlet Witch with her rules, clarifications, and information. And combat dial, health, and specialized dice, and cards. So we've got her turn order like the others. Chaos Manipulation, no dice, Warped, Hex Shield, Incantation, Snap Crackle, Double Trouble, Pure Chaos, Bewitch Upgrade, Spellcraft, and Mind Blast, Darkhold and Jinx, and a Hex Bolt. And then some of our standard cards. Try again. Tippet. And that's everything for Scarlet Witch. Then Miles Morales Spider-Man and his board. So we've got his punch, his combo, wall crawler, spider reflexes, and venom shockwave, along with an ensnare, venom punch, and 2 defense abilities, counter punch, and a spider sense. Then our backside of his board. Then his abilities. He's got his combo, webbed, and invisibility, and his different dice faces. and rules clarifications and components. And almost forgot about his tokens. His combat point dial, health tracker, specialized dice, and cards. He's got his turn order, radioactive blood, yikes, a nice try, invisible punch, ambush, swing escape, booyah, web shooters, cha-ching, milkshake me, and then his upgrades for his abilities, and then back to our standard cards. Bye-bye, double up, and the rest of those. And moving on to Captain Marvel, checking out her game board with her abilities. So the binary blast as her ultimate, photon punch, inner light, a barrel roll, aurora wave, then light torpedo, energy refraction, supernova, and photonic. And then art on the back. Then we have her abilities with the cosmic ray, cosmic flare, and some radiance. Her dice icons. Then on the back, complexity is a 2 and rules clarifications, and the component list there. And then her standee and tokens. Then moving on to her point tracker and health tracker, her specialized dice, and cards. So turn order, then flickering, scintillate, cosmic shield, supersonic, some inner strength, shine bright, refuel, energy refraction. So got our upgrades here. Their supernova, inner light, cosmic recharge, photon punch. Then our standard collection of cards. Going through those. And that's everything for Captain Marvel. Then we've got the Black Panther with his main board, looking over his abilities. It's got some vibranium claws, stealth strike, energy absorption, heart-shaped herb, Wakanda forever, triple threat, Bashinga's honor, ancestral power, and a meteoric punch. And the backside of his board. Then his status effects, some kinetic energy, vibranium suit, and his dice icons. And on the back, complexity and rules clarifications. And his tokens. And his 2 dials. And specialized dice. And then into his cards. So turn order. Yabambe, Vibin, Strength of Will, Warrior of Wakanda, Energize, Stop at Nothing, Bashinga's Honor, so his upgrades coming up here, Triple Threat, Stealth Strike, and his claws. And then we've got our standard cards for our heroes. And that's everything for Black Panther. Just a couple more to go, so on to Doctor Strange. Checking out his player board and his abilities. So Augury, Universal Awareness, Book of Ashanti, Astral Incursion, the All-Seeing Eye for his ultimate, some Mystic Bolts, Wand of Watatum, Cloak of Levitation, and Binding. And the backside of his board. Then he's got his spell tokens. Looks like some cards to go along with that. Crimson Bands, Premonition, Deja Vu, and his dice allocations. Complexity of a 5. You can imagine that with the spells and rules clarifications. And then his tokens. his dials, spell dice, and cards. All right, got his turn order. Time after time, Castaway, Shield of Seraphim, Icy Tendrils, some Foresight, images of Icon, Fangs, Chains, Mists and Winds, Bolts and Vapors, Rings and Flames. So a whole lot of spells there of words I probably couldn't pronounce. And then his basic cards. And that's going to be everything for Doctor Strange. And then our last hero is Black Widow. Taking a look at her main board. So she's got a Baton Strike, Infiltrate, Red Room Training, Widow's Gauntlets, Widow's Bite as her ultimate, Hacked, Grapple, Sabotage, and Vengeance. And then the back side of her board. Then for her effect tokens, has some Covert Ops, Agility, and a Time Bomb. And her dice. Then looking complexity of 4, rules clarifications. Her allotment of tokens. Then moving on to her trackers. And dice pool. And cards. So just like the others, turn order card, then her abilities, Assemble, Recoil, Subversion, Elude, Undercover Mission, Cunning, Red Room Training. So we've got our upgrades here for Grappling, some Vengeance, Gauntlets, Infiltrating, and then on to our hero Samesies. And with that, we've seen everything in the Marvel Dice Throne game. As always, I hope you enjoyed this unboxing. So please click on the like button below and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.